we made a video game. A few months ago, we were inspired to make a game, and a big motivation for the style comes from our appreciation of Atari games. And that's when we remembered Draggin, an old Atari game from 1982. Much like other old Atari games, Draggin simplicity is what makes it shine. And we wanted to bring back some of that simplicity for our game. Now we're going to look at all the ingredients involved in the recipe for this game. This is our player, or rather his collision boxes. It may not seem like it, but his collisions work a little differently than normal. Instead of keeping our player from clipping into the terrain or basically pushing through it, we check to see if he is clipped, then push him around accordingly, which allows us to walk on slopes. Basically, the direction that we push him depends on which of these boxes is colliding with a surface. If the green box, he gets pushed up. If the yellow, he gets pushed right. If blue, it goes left. And red goes down. See that? And because his green box sticks so far down, it collides with these slopes before the blue and yellow boxes, keeping him from bumping into the sides of the hills. But this system would be useless without the proper terrain. So how do we make our gold hills? We started with squares that are linked together like a chain. If a link is too far from a neighboring link, both move towards each other. But then we got all these edges jutting out, hitting the sides of our player. So we just angle each link towards its neighbor and scale them until they touch, making the sides smoother. See there? The peaks poked up too much, look at that. And the crevices dipped down too much. So we let each link choose its own shape depending on the height of its neighbor. Square if it's higher than one neighbor and lower than other, circle if it's higher than both neighbors, and a large square if it's lower than both neighbors. All this put together gives us these smooth, hilly collisions. These are not his eyes, by the way. This is just a visual representation of the angle of the ground he's on, which visually helps us to see how our slope code is kind of working, being interpreted. But Crafsman, where's the dragon? Yes, here's our dragon. Sure, yeah, dragon time. What? Wow. Did you know dragons are just green gold? All right. Well, our dragon, anyway, just like our gold, our dragon is made up of multiple objects chained together. See there? But unlike our gold, our dragon's body segments are chained on X and Y axis, which allows him to be a dragon. Wow. And with this fire, he's starting to look pretty dangerous. Next, we started on the visuals, specifically for the player and the dragon's den. But the player is here for loot. Sure, yeah. Wow. With the ability to grab gems and the start of a health system in place, it's beginning to feel more like an actual video game. Bricks. It might not seem like it, but the menus were one of the most difficult things to make. Don't worry, it doesn't look like this right now. This is us just trying to figure out how to do it. But we're still missing something very important. Dragonfire has a second area, a safer area that serves as a break from the more intense Draggin den. What we made was very similar to Dragonfire's bridge area, but instead of fire, we have fallen bricks. The more intense the dragon becomes, the more bricks he knocks down from the castle. The dragon gets more intense, Crafsman? Yeah, baby, yeah, a little. But I will save that as a surprise. This bridge actually uses similar code to our gold, but instead of moving rigidly into place, each bridge piece has a speed variable, and that's added to its y-axis. And with these speed variables, we slowly push each piece towards its neighbor's y-axis. And we also add things like gravity, the player's weight, and the rock impacts to the bridge that affects it as well. But wait, Crafsman, where did all these sounds come from? I thought that you might not ever ask me that. Alright, and I'm just using an SM57 microphone, and all I do is just capture my sounds about like this right here. We record multiple variations of the sound directly onto the computer. Now, although the game is a retro visual style using limited graphics, Crafsman wanted to use high fidelity sounds. While we're in the audio department, let's take a look at how the music was done. Our oldest son worked on the music for this game from scratch, starting with a basic melody, then adding to it, filling it out with some chords. All of this was done in Reaper using a free plugin called Oatmeal. So along with a new color palette, we added some bloom for a little glow effect and some lighting. Yeah. I tell y'all, working on this game with my family has been special, and I wanted to commemorate it with a little handmade cartridge. Basically a USB drive and some clay. For the pizza resistance, I was gonna put me a little autorun.inf file, which this is an old school way to tell the computer what to run as soon as the device is popped in. But Crafsman's living in the past cause Windows has disabled that feature. Come on, Crafsman. But I did like the way our little chunky cartridge turned out. Yeah, there we go. Loot Draggin is available now at shop.craftnation.com. I'm super happy with how this turned out and can't wait for y'all to play it. And please share your high score screenshots online. We have a few bigger videos on the slate for this year and are getting the whole crew involved. Crew meaning family. If you want to help keep this going, this steady crafting thing, please consider supporting us on Patreon, Coffee, or through PayPal. Until next time, I love y'all, and keep on steady crafting.